A gaffer is, by definition, the chief lighting technician of a film set.
I think the name I would give is light alchemists. The deeper I got into it, it was something very spiritual about it. In order to see a character, you really have to kind of see the light within them, so to speak. Like you really have to feel kind of like who they are. We all know what it feels like to feel sad. I feel like that's a particular lighting. Like we all know what it feels like to be in love.
I grew up being a huge photography buff. My parents took me to photography camps. In college, I had an internship with a lighting company and I fell in love with it.
My dad was an electrical engineer. Since I was very little, he was like teaching me about electricity. So when I was in film school, people were afraid of like plugging a 1K to the wall, right? Because they didn't know. They were like, oh, are we gonna blow it up? And I was like, no, you just gotta figure out like this and blah, blah, blah. And so I knew the technical side.
I remember when I started loving lighting, and that was the film Top Gun. What I cared about was the fact that the light in the room was like a sea blue. It was like this greenish blue light, and they were in silhouette in front of it. And I would go to the window every day after that, and I would look out the window and wait for the sky and the world to turn that color blue. Of course, it never did. I had no concept of gels on lights at that time.
I love nature so much. And during quarantine, I took a picture every single day that I woke up of the same window just to see how the light worked. It was beautiful. I think that changed how I even viewed light. Articulating our skin tone comes with experiencing a variety of, skin tones. It's not just, one shade of brown or black. It's like, it's multiple. If this person is dark, let them be dark. If someone's lighter, let them be lighter.
Representation is so important because I feel like if you don't see something, how can you aspire to be something? Oftentimes in the film industry, you have a lot of people who look the same. But if you don't see an Ava DuVernay, if you don't see a Bradford Young, if you don't see these people in these key positions, how can you be 5 years old and like, wow, I really want to be that one day?
I can tell you that it feels like crap that a man is the standard. Gaffing requires often carrying heavy things and moving heavy things around. Children are heavy. No one ever was worried about my ability to carry a child because it was my place. I was teaching a class for like lighting and cinematography. And there was this young woman and she had like a 2K, not a big heavy light. And I was like, oh, go up and stick on it, right? And she tried to go up and she was like, oh, no, it's heavy. And I like just looked at her in the face and I was like, yeah, but you can do it. And I saw her face change and she was like, okay. And she just went off with it.
Lighting is a trade, right? It's something that you don't necessarily have to go to college to do. It's something that you absolutely can learn on the job. And it's something that you can make, pretty decent money to sustain yourself. In my wildest dream, I would love for that to be taught in high school, because these are applicable things. If you know how to do electric work, you know how to wire your house. You think about a grip in the electric department, that's being a construction worker. It's an artistic construction worker. And so you can take that and you can apply that in any situation.
For me, the payoff is that I get to paint with light for a living. I want to do what I can to bring more women in the business, in particular women of color, into the lighting and grip side of the film industry. I love it. Maybe you will too.
My name is Justin Davis.
Hey, my name is Nat.
My name is Jessica.
Alexa Harris Hiramitsu. I'm a gaffer and we love to see it.